Have two members on alert, Extreme being one of them, and Extreme, we do know what kind of player this man is. This man.
Big bird in the sky as the flight path trajectory heading all the way from Stalbert to happy with the casters. Whichever zone we want, we are getting it. An Eastern one this time.
I mean, the circle is quite funny factor inside this. Now, I really feel like the circle might be ending near either prison or shelter side, which are quite exposed. Of course, we do all know, and seems like Aussie not really having the time of his life.
Ouch.
Going down early and getting punt might be panning out between the players of Avon and 7C, but again, getting back to close ranges might be in a massive water trouble, managing to take out two. But again, Godless, a massive casualty. Zol, again, doesn't really want to get greedy for those kills. But again, seems like he will be doing that, as he definitely wants to your week second and day one like this.
You certainly did not. And there we have the points from and Zeus. They've got no trouble in wiping out the entire squad. Now Godless, it just does not feel that Utsaga should have gone after Kapshi right off the bat, because that is when he could have easily gotten that confirmation. Now going after Evil Eye, he did manage to knock him down, but in return he was right back up.
Well, I mean, there was someone in the backlines of Future Station, but for now, again, a fight breaking down between the players of 7C, and seems like SG in a massive water trouble. Of course, it being in those exposed grounds, do not really have a lot of cover for themselves. The cars are definitely going to be breaking down and blasting off, and that is not going to be putting down an essential cover for them, as well as Heaven, of course, being the last man surviving. And those nades are quite hurtful, as SG in a massive water trouble. Heaven needs to do something, or I really feel like this might be it, because he doesn't have any vehicle to get outside this tricky situation, and 7C are probably going to be pushing in, and yes, it is going to be happening truly. And even TDK do have a pretty, real good position as well inside the circle. And take a look at the circle shift. It's going to be inside. Now, TDK quite separated out though, but again, that might be working in their favor, because Blah 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 and Jane are in the back lines, and Raiditzer and his teammate is going to be in the front. Is going to be in the front lines, and of course, that might also work out in their favor, and also might not, as DRS already getting a knock onto the players of R3D, and certainly that is going to be a quite hurtful start for them.
It is. And right now you've got to feel bad for them. Now they're just being hammered down from different directions. Really good start this time around, but Starwood Flex, they are actually going after INES, and even trade-offs being made over here, as Gaijor will want to patch himself up before he decides to make a move, and it's going to be these two players. Ironic, however, has been taken out of the equation, but Johnny somehow still trying to hold himself down in that one building. But how long is he going to do that? That's the bigger question over. He's given a lot of movements, making a lot of noise, as a result of which now INES is definitely going to go in for the kill.
And of course, they will be quite kill hungry, as Newty has already spotted down Johnny. But Johnny over here getting the kill on Newty, and of course Clutch being in those nearby phrases. Clutch taken down as well. Johnny is doing an absolute fantastic job, and that's going to be INES getting eliminated in sets, because DRS are doing a massive amount of work against them. And only the last two men surviving, of course, Shaw and Anibus being the one, and DRS have their entire squad.
Carnage have completely wiped out the existence. But as the game goes on, T2K taking a very, very interesting turn over there, getting directly inside the water, as we still have almost 40% of the zone inside those watery areas. Now, R3D, they have taken control over that high ridge. They've spotted down the players over here, but Gyoljin having spotted higher fight sort of pans out.
Exactly. DRS was a little separated initially, but again, reuniting back, as High Voltage is of course going to be making the rotation behind them as well. But a lot of fights are panning out. Of course, Future Station, Grumbling Storm putting down a lot of leads onto the teams that are exposed. And of course, the bot exposed is going to be more kind of like an inviting factor for all the bullets to go down. Snipe Boy, Tina, massive water trouble. Carnage, Prabeen barely surviving as well. That might be the end of Carnage as well. And now, seems like Jiggle, of course, in a massive water trouble, but he got ran over by the players of Venom Legends. What is going on?
Absolute Carmageddon is what we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen. Things up, they certainly are the ones eyeing out for that chicken right now.
Exactly, and we were exactly talking about this thing, right? The circle panning out on those ridges and the edges of the water, and certainly TDK having to replace but that also might be quite detrimental for them. But again, DRS, wow, the domination these guys are showing, the confidence level these guys have, and Future Station certainly somewhere down the line punishing them. 2 members already taken down, and that is going to be karma.
Karma, as we can call it, but right now take a look at the zone necro. It's shifted towards the boys of T2K, and
Wow.
maybe,
Wow.
you know, there is a chance. Blah, blah, blah might just be able to do it, but Venom Legends, of course, having the numbers, this time they are working it out for the chicken.
Wow.
But look at that beautiful Kobe going in from bad rev, getting that knock on. And well, now Venom Legends do not really have a lot of cover to play around. It's wide open. They've just got that soft smokes going out, and any single moment their players will be picked off one after the other.
Exactly, quite a risky rotation coming in from Nightwing there, but surely is going to be getting the res onto his player or onto his team, and of course Rafa being the one. And now again, Venom Legends do have their sights locked onto the players of DRS, and a lot of shots have been taken, but Venom Legends are also getting contested from those left lines. Future Station Grumbly Star again doing a massive amount of damage to the players of Venom Legends as the pushes are happening. Future Station are making the rotation inside the circle as well, and that's going to be Venom Legends falling down as DRS, of course, in those nearby facilities, and they are going to be taking a lot of shots onto the players of Future Station
in front of them. Now the vehicle has been blasted off, so you've got that soft cover that you have got for yourself. But DRS going after Future Station, this is going to be really interesting. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Bad Rip sort of overextending and being punished for that. That is not called for. Now it all comes down to its Evil Eye and Tamim. We've got to see as to how these two players played out, but because otherwise it's just DRS walking off with a victory over here.
Well, I mean, exactly. Of course, the last man is going to be surviving from the players of Future Station, Grumbly Storm. And now they are probably the massive contender, as Evil Eye, of course, being the last man. And that's going to be him getting eliminated as well. Now it's all down to blah, blah, blah. Who is inside the water and probably committing suicide is going to be a massive chances that he has. Doesn't really want to give his kill away. And that's going to be DRS. Wow.
Wow. I mean, the way